Hi everybody, welcome to Life in the Smokies with Laura. I'm Laura, your host, and today we're going to have Jeff Wilsey on the show, and he does wood burning, and today is going to be an amazing show. Thank you so much, Jeff.
It's nice to be here. Thank you.
It's so great to have you on the show again today.
Thank you.
Yes, so I'm looking at this amazing work that you have done. I'm amazed. I love arts and crafts, and I see this and I'm like, wow, you're so talented.
Well, thank you so much.
So tell me about these pieces. These are
okay.
wonderful.
Well, let me explain what wood burning is first, because a lot of people don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I actually went to a craft show a few months ago, and I asked the lady if I could do a live demonstration, if I could actually do some wood burning there, and she wrote back and said, "We don't allow live flames at our show. Most people think I set wood on fire." All right. Where in reality, this is what I use. Okay,
wow.
This is it's like a pen. You plug a wire into it, and that goes to a base unit. And then you can turn the heat up to 2,000 degrees, and you can adjust the heat depending what you're burning. The tips come off, so you can use different tips.
Wow.
And that's what is used to do wood burning. We basically burn designs into wood. Okay, and so I brought so everybody sort of knows. This is one piece. Now this is a serving tray, and these are kind of my favorite things to burn. One of my favorites because it sort of makes a frame around the piece.
That is beautiful.
And I like to do obviously Smoky Mountain pieces.
Yeah,
because we're in the Smoky Mountains.
Right.
So this is like a serving tray, and this is all done with this tool. This tool is used to do the fine lines, and then to do the shading, you put a different tip on here.
Okay.
And it's a wider tip, and you turn it up to about 1,500 degrees,
wow.
and you burn it in. And then one thing that I do that a lot of wood burners don't, some do, is I use stains.
Okay.
So like this is a stain to make it
wow.
look a little different.
I was going to ask you, so how does that, okay.
Yeah, and you'll see that on a couple of my other pieces where I use stains to make different, I have like 10 different shades of stain that I use.
Wow.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, I love it.
And then I use a blowtorch. That's what creates this look around the piece, is a blowtorch. And I'm one of the very few, I think, that uses a blowtorch.
Yeah.
My landlord doesn't like it, but I do it outside. But so this is sort of, one piece. And then to show you, and this is another like Smoky Mountain piece. This is just to show you the different shapes that you can buy. Now, most of the wood I buy, I actually get in Hobby Lobby or Joann's Fabrics or something like that.
Really?
But I do have some people that supply me some live edge wood, and I'm going to show you a piece of that in a minute. But so this is basically called more outlining. There's no detail in this.
Right, well,
because some people don't want it. You want to see the cabin and that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But then when you get to...
now, do you have templates that you use?
Okay. Good question. Because actually, to prepare a piece, okay, first of all, I don't do a lot of freehand. People look at these and say, "Oh, you're really good." Well, yeah, I'm good at. I call this more graphics, graphic design. I find a graphic on the internet,
Right.
Royalty free, obviously. You can't steal copyrights.
Right.
And then you use tracing paper, trace it on the just the outline, and then you use graphite paper to put it on the wood. And then, so basically, like, this is a piece I've got ready for the rod runs coming up. I did a series of pieces for the rod run.
I love the rod
runs.
And yeah.
So I'll put the circles on, usually with a compass or something. And then a lot of the detail I will do freehand.
Wow.
But the
that
outline,
is beautiful.
But the outline, I do a pattern.
Yeah.
Right? And then the stains, you do different stains to, to bring out the different features of the piece.
Now, how do you put the stains on?
Just brush it on with a very fine brush.
Oh, okay, with
it's
a
just
brush.
a liquid stain, yeah. So that's it. And then this is another piece of...
I love that.
Yeah,
I love the vintage.
Well, I like to do all the vintage stuff because when you think of old cars, that was the stuff that was around when these cars were in their heyday.
Right.
So I've got about 8 pieces or 7 pieces I've done. And so I'm going to have these for sale, during the rod run, hopefully.
Yeah, I love that.
And now I was talking about live edge pieces of wood. This is what a live edge piece of wood looks like.
Okay.
Okay, it's got the bark on it still.
Yeah.
And you can get them big or small.
Now, where do you find those?
Well, you can buy pre-sanded and pre-finished ones in Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
That's what these are. But if you get someone to cut them for you, like sawmill, you have to do all the sanding and finishing.
Yeah,
that's what I prefer.
Yeah.
But so this is a piece that I do because of the local Indians. I'm a big fan of Cherokee. We're headed there Wednesday. We're going to be over in Cherokee for a couple days.
Yeah, I have 3/4 Cherokee in me.
Yes,
so,
we love Cherokee, and so I like to do Indian stuff. So that's where this came up with, and this is where the stains come in to show the different feathers and the different beaks and things like that.
That is beautiful. So like I just got to look and I feel.
Yeah,
wow.
you don't really feel it.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people will think they do have laser burners now, where you can. It's a machine. You put in your graphic, you lay the piece of wood in, and the machine burns it. And a lot of people think that's what I do.
Oh,
but
I like that idea better.
It's a lot longer, but it's and if you're a professional, you could rub your hand over this and tell that this is not a machine because you can feel.
Yeah.
But then you clear coat everything, so everything is clear coated.
That is amazing.
And then I love to do patriotic pieces.
I love that.
My dad was World War II vet.
Yeah.
And I lived to be 95. So I love to do military. And this is a piece I just did not too long ago.
That is awesome.
This is a piece of the wall, and then a little poem here. But I make a lot of these and donate them to charities, to raise money for, veterans and stuff like that.
That is really
And this is another live edge piece.
Oh, okay, yes. I love that.
Yeah, and a lot of people do.
The texture.
But they're more expensive. So
I'm sure.
Yeah, like a piece like this, which I'm going to show you in a minute, this costs like $4 or $5 to buy, $6. This costs like $15. So, but what I do with these a lot is I do camping signs for campers. So you'll put their name across here, and then a picture and where they're from. And this is what you use for a camping sign. And I do a lot of camping signs, but this I just did for the show I went to. So, and this is the different stains, the different tips.
I'm going to tell you, I'm just in love with these. They're beautiful. Wow.
And then my favorite piece to burn on is just a piece like this. You buy these
cool.
Well, you buy this type of wood in Joann's Fabrics.
Yeah.
And it costs you like $5.
Okay.
Okay. But it's the easiest to burn on. You can do almost anything. And this is what I say. All these images were taken off a computer. But
so
it's
cool,
putting
though.
them into the right, to make it look nice.
Yeah.
My wife and I went to Nashville for the first time about 2-3 months ago.
What?
Yeah.
And
never been to Nashville.
How long have you lived in?
4 years.
Oh my God.
Never been to Nashville.
Nashville's awesome.
So when I came back, I burned like 2 or 3 pieces about
I
Nashville
bet.
because we had a ball.
Well, and
I'm a
it
big
goes
country
in
music
with the
fan.
country,
Yeah.
Western stuff. Yeah.
So, and why I picked Tim McGraw, I don't know, but
That is very cool.
people say, why did you pick them?
Well,
and then you got just simple welcome signs.
Yeah.
Welcome signs I do a lot, usually on this type of wood.
Love the eagle.
The eagles I love because they're patriotic.
Right,
And
right.
I just came up with a new eagle not too long ago that I'm starting to use.
Yeah.
Now, the one that people like the most, but it's also the one that's the hardest to do,
That's
is a
my
baseball
favorite.
bat.
I got to say, that's my favorite. That is cool.
I've done these for presents for people. This one is actually, I don't know how well you can see it, but Great Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
And it's got the deer and the bear. But then you turn it over, and it's got the Mountain Tough with the date of the wildfire on it. And that's why I torched this part to make it look like the bird, the trees and that. I have done a few of these already, the bats. I never do the same piece twice, just so you know. Never burn the same one twice. So if somebody buys this one, and then they want, somebody else wants it, no, you can't have it. You'll get one like it, but you won't get the same one.
I'm that way with recipes.
Yes, exactly. But so the baseball bats go over well. Now, one thing I can't burn is sports teams logos because they're copyrighted.
Right, right.
But if somebody wants one of these for, like, say, their favorite team is the Yankees, and which I've done, I can do one for them and sell it to them privately.
Yeah.
But I can't sell them publicly.
Gotcha.
Because when I lived in Florida, I did a Disney piece. I used to work for Disney, and I did a Disney piece, and I got a cease and desist letter from Disney saying, you better stop doing our logos. I did Mickey Mouse.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I do some UT pieces, but technically I can't sell those, so I can do them and give them away or give them as presents.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
I would never think that.
Because I just did a Pittsburgh Penguins piece for a Christmas present.
Yeah.
I can do them for presents and that, but you cannot sell them. because you're copyright infringement. So you got to be very careful what you burn.
It's so weird, though. I see that all the time, but you see all the different logos all over the place. And so it's,
Yeah.
that's so
It's
weird.
a very fine line when you're dealing with a company logo. So,
Yeah.
but
Now, can I see the pen? I just want to see it. I don't know. It just looks really, really cool.
and
So
the one thing is, even though it's got cork on it, when you're burning for say an hour or two, it gets
no,
very
that is
hot,
cork, isn't it?
and
Yeah.
I've got burn marks all over my fingers because it does get very hot. You do have to sort of shut it down for a while.
Yeah.
And I
That's
don't have a
really cool,
studio.
though.
I think I told you this earlier. I don't have a studio.
You don't have a studio.
I sit on my couch.
Yeah.
And burn while I'm watching TV. It's a hobby. This is not a profession.
Wow.
And I got lots of burn marks in my couch to prove it. I almost set my apartment on fire a couple times. My landlord's probably not too happy about me. She doesn't know I do it probably, but yeah. But this is what I started doing this about 12 years ago.
I gotta
relax.
Hold it. I gotta hold it.
Just don't hit me with it. Yeah. That's why I don't let my wife hold that. Yeah.
You're so funny. No, this is amazing. You're so talented.
But I started doing this as a way to relax.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Because I was getting stressed out at working at Disney, and so I just came home and started doing this, and now this is what this is. It's a way for me to just chill and kick back for a while.
So you were doing this in Florida?
I've been doing this about 12, 14 years now.
Wow. And
I've
you
been
moved
here
here when?
4 years.
4 years.
2013.
Wow.
I moved here.
My goodness.
So, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
But it's fun. And I'm glad people like my stuff because
I love it. I mean, it's so different.
and there's not many wood burners around here. There's a couple.
Exactly.
There's 2 or 3 maybe that I've met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When I was looking at your stuff, I was just like, "Oh my goodness, it's beautiful.
Well,
You're
you
so
so much.
talented,
Thank
and
you.
I love the uniqueness of it."
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. But thank you so much for being on the
You
show.
are welcome.
You
Thank-
were such
well,
a pleasure.
thank you for having me here.
Yes, thank you
Thank you.
so much.
You're welcome.
And guys, we're almost out of time, so thanks for watching Life in the Smokies with Laura. And remember, climb a mountain and have fun in life.
Oh, hey! I was just getting caught up on the latest trends and news of the world. Did you know 80% of content that you watch is online or on your mobile device? Did you know a great new channel that's out right now is called Mountain Fun Life? And you can watch it right on your mobile device, or coming soon to Roku. Make sure to check out Mountain Fun Life on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the website, mountainfunlife.com. Hello, did you know that most of the stuff shot on Mountain Fun Life is shot right here in this very studio? And maybe you've wanted your own show before. I mean, how cool would it be to be in a studio like this one with your very own show? Just go to mountainfunlife.com for more information, and you can submit to have your own show, and you can be right here